What Haribo we got there today, buddy?
The Favourites Classic.
Just got back from Tignes on the weekend. Basically had a week off the bike. So I think Join has given me, they call it a race simulation, but it's like a de facto performance test, I think, to recalibrate where I am before, because I'm about a third of the way through the plan, which makes sense. I can see my heart rate pretty high, so I'm fresh. Just been at 2100 meters, but not very long. We do 2 by 2 minutes warm up, then tootle around for like an hour, and then 5 minutes all out in the last 45 minutes. So gonna do Ordino up, do the warm up, down to Canillo, then Canillo back. See how we go. Nice quiet day, a bit windy. First one at 290, 295 for 2 mins. Didn't feel so easy, so I want to do 305 for 5 mins. Hopefully I warm up a little bit. Maybe I won't be able to crack the 300. So I did 20 minutes after the last interval easy, top of called Ordino now. I think I'll go down Ordino. Actually it's super windy, so I don't want to do 2 big descents if I don't have to, and also I'll then go along the valley to Sorten, and that means I'll have more time attention on the pedals, which is what I'm supposed to be doing anyway, rather than spending half an hour of 2 hours descending down 7%. So go down, then at Sorten there's El Serrat, which is super steep, and that's a good place to do a 5-minute test anyway, and I think the altitude is about the same as what I would be doing, 1400, maybe 1500 from Canillo, which not ideal, but I can't be bothered to go down to Lasay when the weather up in the high mountains is so good. So schneck time, and then we go. Time for the all-out 5-minute test. Feeling good. Descent was nice. Took it easy. Let's see what we can do. Just over 300, I'll be happy. Should have believed in myself a little bit more. Started out too slow. Finished the 5-minute test. Cool down up Sorten, which is our favourite climb. Dead end road off Archelaus. And we'll go home and let's have a look at my training. Let's have a look at this 5-minute test. And let's look at the volume I've done and where we can go.
Let's say that November 20th last year was when I decided to make a change. So, see, maybe 13 November, I did the last couple of rides in Andorra, travelled back to Australia. Here I was chilling at my mum's house, then got back to Currumbin, got the BMC piece of shit working, and started to train in Currumbin for better or worse. And my fitness, I wasn't doing a plan at this point. Join Cycling, as you can see, starts in 24, where all the purple dots are. But my fitness progressively went up. I was doing roughly the right thing when you're getting back into it. Just doing low zone 2, chill rides, trying to do a few hours a week. Then got COVID in the middle of December around here. And I was doing really well, up from 19 fitness to 30 fitness very, very quickly. And doing it not in a crazy way. My fatigue was in a good way. And then bang, COVID fell off the horse. Christmas, food. Bang. December, well, this year starts. I didn't really get back on the horse in Australia, kind of maintained around 27-30. And then once again, doing some good rides back in Andorra, and then fall off the horse again during winter. I don't even know why, honestly. And then finally make another change. So back down to 19, back where I started. Back exactly where I started before November. But I've lost a little bit of weight. And then start the Fabio Jakobsen sprint plan, which was really, really good. Built up very, very quickly to about 30 fitness, including setting some good PRs, which I'll show you in a second. And then I started my FTP or stamina builder plan, and that's done really, really well, working up to about 49, I think, the peak, or 50 or so. And then I had the week off just in Tignes.
We've arrived in Tignes. In Andorra, all we hang out for, there's the lake at Engolasters, which I guess is quicker for us to get to than here, when you think about it. But, we've got this flat 4K loop around the lake. Oh, unbelievable. But I just wanted to stretch the legs after the drive. Got in, left about 7:40, got in here at 5:30. someone's not happy. Someone's not.
I haven't complained once.
You've been whinging constantly.
No, I haven't. That's not true. I haven't. Don't
Jesus.
tell lies.
It's not a lie.
Pinocchio.
But yeah, Junior, there's more snow than I expected because most of the snow in Andorra's gone. Even up at 2,500 on Tasmania 2,700. There's no snow, but it's colder here. But I'm looking forward to cranking out a few laps around this lake. Actually,
It's so
it looks really good for running. So I'm glad I didn't bring my bike.
It's been a slow process. You can see that the training load's not been that high. And what's really killed me is when you just take a month off. But that's my fitness. That's what's happened. If you look at my activities, you can see, although it takes a while to load on intervals.icu, you can see like my activities. I had a big week on a couple of weeks ago, but still like 4 hours on the bike, 6 hours on the bike. Biggest week was like 9 hours 20 on the bike, 8 hours on the bike, 6 hours on the bike, 5 hours. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of running as well, and the running is usually at a higher intensity. But if you look at my totals, which is, I think we're halfway through the year, more or less, if my maths is correct, and I've done 140 hours on the bike. So that's like 5-6 hours a week on the bike. So training-wise, what really, really clearly worked was the two most recent plans, and they are going in a good way using those two plans there. What hasn't worked is, time off and getting. I just got to have this week that I was in Tenia. Don't let that week turn into a month, and then you go back down to 25 or whatever fitness or CTL. But power, you can see in my power records, I did that Fabio Jakobsen sprint plan, and listen, my power data from back in the day on the stages, single-sided power meter, maybe it's a power estimator, that thing was, I mean, it was nice, it was $250 Australian, it's like, second hand for 150 euros, but I wouldn't trust exactly the power data out of that device. I got the Faveros on the e-bike, and then the trainer, and then Quark on the Cervelo, which I think is much more accurate. And I set a 10-second PB all time, which I was kind of surprised at actually after that sprint plan. Really surprised, 9:44. But then I also did the 5-minute test today, and you can see compared to, I've also lost weight. I'll also have a bit of a word on that in a second, but today I did the 5-minute test. Let me bring that activity up, setting, I think, like a 5-year, 5-minute PB, which I'm pretty happy about. But you can see 320 watts for 5 minutes, and I did that at 1,600 meters altitude. So not doing altitude complaining, but I reckon I got 330 in me. So I'm actually, it's not a PB all time, but in terms of absolute power, but very, very, very happy with that, as well as doing the last sort of 30 seconds at 350 or so. So I maybe even was a bit too conservative. But what you can see is also the weight. I was much lighter back in 2017, 63 kilos, or a bit less sometimes. So I put 63 in my intervals activities. But you can see, like, even if my absolute power hasn't improved too much, my weight has gone down so much, down to 69 from like 80 kilos in the last 2 years. And so we're still tracking down.
Nous avons arrivé à McDo Foie. I said, no, je refuse. Je ne prends pas une baguette. So I went to the Subway and ordered a Subway, which is basically just an American bastardized version of the baguette. Actually, tell you, I haven't had Subway, I reckon, in 5 years, maybe 4 years.
Longer than that. Because we've been together.
Last time I had it was Australia Day. Every Australia Day when we play cricket at Graceville. There was a Subway in Graceville near Chelmer, and we would be super drunk, and we'd go in, and it'd be the only place open. Maybe 2019, 2018, the last time I had Subway. Chicken teriyaki with mayo, tomato, pickles, and ketchup. Fucked up, but good.
That's looking good. Happy with that. What's next, though? What do I want to do? Probably not. I don't plan on doing a 30-minute test or anything like that, but the idea is to go from 69 kilos to 65 kilos, probably by midsummer. After the tour would be good, but probably just before the Vuelta is more realistic, with a couple of holidays planned in between there and a lot of work. And that's I can do that with just the way I'm eating now because I'm still tracking calories really well when I'm home. What I've got to do is just increase the volume because if you see these weeks, the weeks are just not enough volume even when I'm at home. 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Now that the summer's here, there's no excuses as well. And the plan wants me to do 11, 13 hours. If I do 11 hours a week, it seems that I'm quite responsive to any form of structured training. So even doing like 5 to 7 to 8 hours a week with the join plans with some semblance of structure and then 30 minutes, 45 minutes on the trainer at the zone 2 here or there, I'm still improving even in absolute power. So if I bump it up to 10 to 12 this summer, I think things will really, really move in the right direction. So next goal would probably be to do another 5-minute test in 4 to 6 weeks and to do 340 or at least beat my all-time record and maybe have lost in 4 weeks another 2 kilos, I would say. So looking good. And what's encouraging is that I haven't done everything perfectly. I haven't trained the house down. If I'd probably done 12-hour weeks back to back to back and didn't break my 5-minute all time, I would probably be a bit disappointed. So that's what I'm encouraged by, and also the motivation and enthusiasm is there. So I'll just keep on about halfway through the join plan I'm on now, which is the FTP builder, and it's not that hard, to be honest. So I just gotta do the hours. That's the problem. I gotta do the hours. And yeah, it's just these rides that I've been skipping or not had the time to do. Like tomorrow, 2.5 hours. Not too hard, to be honest. Like 1 min's at 290 and then a tempo interval. That's no problem. Thursday, 2.5 hours. Couple of 4x10 mins at 180, 200 watts. And it's just doing those back-to-back 2.5 hour rides to put them together. That's gonna get me, I think, going really, really well. But yeah, food is going well. Like I track my calories, didn't go crazy in Tinia, mainly because the food was pretty healthy there anyway. So hope you enjoyed this little look behind the scenes or update on where I'm at. Where do you think I'll be in 8 weeks? Maybe that's by 17 August, which is before the Vuelta and after the Tour, after the Olympics. Hopefully I'll be at least breaking 5 watts per kilo for 5 minutes. I think 5.25 watts per kilo is the next intermediate step, and then we'll see where we're going. But hope you enjoyed the video.